QuailOS.com. Welcome to the live stream.
Hey guys, happy Monday the 18th of May. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I had an awesome weekend. I went camping to the Jersey Shore even before the main heat wave hit us. Today it was hot out there. The quail got a little treat, a little shower spray down, and they were happy. So let's get started. News about QuailOS.com, your hopefully soon to be or already most favorite business software for farming. Anything about quail, chicken, turkey, poultry, anything a farm business needs is in QuailOS, and I gonna disappear in a second and show you some new stuff. Let's have a look. I disappear into this little window down here. We have an event this week on Thursday. This is to a closed community. That means you need to register for this event, right? So very, very simple to register. You find that on QuailOS.com in the event section. Let me show you that here on a separate browser window. So if you go on QuailOS.com, the link to QuailOS.com is also in the YouTube description. We have here events, and this is where you find launching on Amazon Prime with QuailOS. You always wondered, how do I get my product on Amazon and get that blue little Prime badge? Well, if you always wondered about that, this event is for you. You can get the free ticket here. We have a few tickets remaining. It's a conference call. It's online and not an in-person event. If you register for a ticket, you get the day off on Thursday an email from me with the conference call details login. And we're gonna meet on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Here's the schedule. So it's just an hour. If you want to skip the Q&A, then it's only 45 minutes. But it's basically a quick introduction how Amazon Prime works, how it works to launch a product on Amazon, how you calculate prices for Amazon and other platforms using QuailOS. We have a functionality for that, which we're going to demo there as well. And in the question and answers, you can show off your products to the other participants and get answers from me on how you launch them on Amazon. So all in here. Get the tickets now while we still have seats available for the conference call. We might repeat that in the fall again, that webinar, but don't miss out on it. Now, what else is new? Let's check out QuailOS. Let's have a quick look in our directory, for example. So let's dive in there. That's in the office location, right? So more and more farms pop up here now in the directory, but there is a hidden number. By the way, farm number 200, which registers for free on our platform, gets a free silver membership for an entire year. And I have noticed we have now a little over 120 farms, but only around 40 show up on our map. So guys, get on the map and I show you how. Once you have registered, oh, I'm giving away something here. Once you have registered, you go into settings and you need to put in your address and click that little button here, put me on the map and directory, and save it all. You can also upload your logo here, so it shows nicer on the map. And over in the pricing page, in the price list here, there's sales products, and if you put anything in here, the prices are not shown on the public directory, but if you want to be shown there that people can find you, if you offer eggs, live birds, anything on your farm, put them in here in the price list. You can leave the price at 0 if you want, but actually that tool is very useful as well if you want to print off a price list either as a PDF file, or we also have it as an image file, so you can easily share it on any messenger app or on your Facebook page. So get on the directory, because yeah, more and more farms do that. here. That's a cool name for a ranch, Lazy Tree Bar Ranch. Awesome. And if you have upgraded here, then your farm shows a little bit in a big icon. Here you see what the farm is actually offering, and there will be a backlink to your website or online store where people can order from you straight off your website. So very, very simple. That's happening here. We also have it here as a list where you see with the customer hatch rate batches, a bit more description and all that, all available on the FarmOS directory. Now, I was busy this weekend and I work a little bit on the backlog of ideas on our public roadmap here. It's there as well. I have a little history in my family about beekeeping, and I'm gonna spoil it now with this picture. Let's see. Here it is. I took a screenshot of that old picture, and that's me when I was approximately, I would say, 7 or 8 years old. So yeah, I'm aging myself. That picture was taken in the 80s, and here you can see me with my first couple of hives. I think 2 of them belong to my cousin, which is a little bit like my twin brother. If you would see us next to each other, you would be able to tell the difference, but if we are on our own, we really look alike. But anyway, I know I did 2 hives when I started with beekeeping, and my cousin as well. Back here in the background you see that's in the Austrian Alps, so very awesome for the honey. There we have lovely meadows. If you have seen the movie The Sound of Music, you get the idea. The hills are really alive over there, with a lot of flowers and stuff. But we also have woods, which forest honey is nice too. The people who know out there how it's made know what I mean. Yeah, you couldn't get a little giggle out of that when you tell that to normal people, right? See their reaction. Anyway, beekeeping is something I thought about for a long time. Unfortunately, when I was around 10 years old, I had a little accident. My grandfather came out of the bee shack and a swarm of bees were following him, and I don't blame him for it, but he did go down. The bees moved on, and I was standing there playing with the ball. Unfortunately, not in that equipment, so I got a lot of bees, bee stings. Bees, they did stung me everywhere. After that, I had many trips to the hospital or to the doctor because I became allergic to bees. At this stage now, it's not as bad anymore. I won't die, but I would get a swollen arm, and I do have an EpiPen to keep my wife happy. Not on me all the time, but in the truck. But anyway, I would love to take up beekeeping myself again, but I guess I need to be stung a couple of more times by a bee until I have maybe less of a reaction and convince my wife, and then I get into it. And when I get into it, I want to be ready, but also for you guys. I'm here to talk not about my past. Let's talk about the future. So on the roadmap for QuailOS.com, we have a beekeeping model, and I'm coding that right now. So let's take a look. If you see any error messages popping up, that's because I'm on the test system now. And what I show you now is not even available on QuailOS.com yet. But here comes the request. If you are a beekeeper and there's certain functionalities you would like to see in here, then you can contact me. And you can contact me very simple by clicking on that little help button down here, help and support. Let me show you on the actual page here, help and support. And you scroll all the way down, and here's request a feature. So here you can describe the feature you would like to see and submit it. I have then the option to check that out, go back to you with questions if I have any, but that will go into the software then as well. And a little preview on the software. So it's gonna be up here in the main navigation menu. We call it beekeeping. I guess apiary intelligence dashboard sounds really fancy here, but I don't know. In the menu, we're gonna call it beekeeping with a little hexagon here, which should symbolize yeah, the lovely structures the bees make in their hive. And then the idea is that we're gonna have here different yards, because I know beekeepers keep bees in different areas as well, especially if you're bigger or if you're limited on space on your home base. So we're gonna have different yards in there, and then we have different entries here for the hives, right? So that's kind of the idea. And yeah, my knowledge of beekeeping is outdated for sure, so that's why I'm asking any active beekeeper. Once this is live as well, you can check it out. There's gonna be similar as we have it on all of the models in QuailOS. There's a free use tier, and then there's gonna be silver, gold, and diamond as well. Depending on what farm tier you're in, you get different functionalities. But the idea should be that you can easily monitor and control your hives here. You can log inspections. I remember when I was a little boy and I did beekeeping, I was standing there with a little piece of paper and a pen, and my father would dictate to me, okay, hive number 1, I don't see any mites. I see eggs, I see larvae, I see a lot of food in there, or you know, a lot of capped brood and all that stuff. I don't remember everything exactly, so if there's something I'm missing here, guys, please help me out there. If you're a beekeeper and you want to use that and want it fully functional, please help me out a little bit. With the honey harvest, I don't know, I always did that in liters rather than in ounces, but I guess over here it's gonna be ounces, but maybe for bigger hives, pounds as well. We're gonna check that out, I guess, and we can always make changes. Here we have kind of food stores in there. I remember we took out in the fall some honey, and then we had to feed the bee over the winter with some sugar water. I know there's more modern stuff around here than I remember from the 80s, but oh yeah, here it says the pollen patties. We didn't have that. I can't recall, or maybe my father didn't want to buy them. I have no idea. But the idea is the log inspection should also work on your mobile phone, so it's gonna be a mobile version, of course, as well, because you're out in the field, right? The idea would be that we have, with that voice button we already got for the other functionalities, that we have that with the log inspection as well, or the inspection log. Why do I call it log inspection? Inspection log sounds more human. I use AI to code things, so sometimes I guess the AI is mixing up things as well. But you log an inspection. Anyway, yeah, so it's still in development. If you want to get involved in development and be an early tester, let me know as well. You can contact me through the help functionality as well. Then I give you access to the development environment where you can test things and get the first preview. I do that only with a limited amount of people. So if you're a beekeeper and you really want to dive into this, then let me know. But yeah, the idea is that you can log those inspections. I want to make it that you can print out a QR code, which I have just here, can you see that? A little paper with a QR code. The idea is, if you print out a QR code, you seal it waterproof, then you basically can scan it with your mobile phone when you walk up to that hive. So you don't even have to search for the correct hive. You just scan that code when you're at the hive, right? And then it opens up the log inspection interface. But that should be in a way that you can press it either with some gloves on, right? Because you're gonna wear protective gear. Or that we have the voice button where you can dictate things in there, and with the help of AI we try to make sense of it and log it there as well. Or later in the office you can listen to that again and make any notes you need to adjust it. We're gonna try that out in the field, I guess. And yeah, so that's the idea about the new beekeeping model in QuailOS. I know there's a lot of beekeepers out there. I know it's called QuailOS. People might think it's only for quail. No, quail people have a lot of interests. I know a ton of quail keepers who actually are beekeepers as well. So yeah, a new functionality we're adding on now to QuailOS. All the existing stuff is of course still there and works. So if it's new to you, we have time tracking in here where you can easily log time you spend on your farm to do a specific task. So I can do here, for example, maintenance. That works with our voice log as well, works on the mobile phone as well. It also supports the functionality that you can have multiple users. So if you have a farmhand and you need some time tracking for your farmhand, or you have a deal with your kids that they get extra pocket money if they help with the farm chores, right? You could add them in as separate users. Where to do that? In the settings. In the settings is a lot of stuff. Team and permissions. Here you can invite a member to your farm on QuailOS. We have 4 different levels of permissions. So choose wisely. Admin can do anything in here, right? Manager has access only to certain areas. For example, they can log production, sales, and logistics. They can do shipping and things like that, but they don't have access to the financials where you connect your bank account and do your accounting and all that. But speaking of accounting, if you have an accountant or a friend is helping out with that, or a family member, you could give them accountant access, then they only have access to the financials and not to everything else. Or for the timekeeping, the worker, right? They can do certain inventory logs and tasks, the calendar, and they can log their time. Once they have logged their time, that's accessible in the reporting. The reporting is in the financial section up here. I hope that makes sense in there. I'm just looking at it. It could be also in the office, right? I don't want to move things around too much. We have now over 120 farms using it already. I don't want to hide stuff from them. But in the reports, this is my test account, as you can see. You have the option then on the time tracking to see all the time logged. If you have more than one user, it would show up here. You can export that as well. But you can also just see the entire time frame and then see the different tasks somebody did there, how many hours for each task. You can create multiple tasks for all the different farm tasks you want to track. And yeah, if you have a farm hand, it's handy, then you know exactly how many hours they worked last month, for example. So that's all in the report. The report in general is very powerful. If I miss anything in there, again, you know it already, right? In the help and support feature request, if I missed a report for any of the functionality, let me know and we drop it in there with the next update. We're planning on updating now until this summer, pretty much every week something new. Then we're gonna make a little summer break and only do urgent updates, and then we continue over again in the fall. So yeah, ton of different report options in here. I use a lot mileage tracking, for example. So if I go ahead and that's in the financial section, the mileage tracker, I want to be able to deduct my business miles, right? I drive. There's 2 ways of how you deduct your farm truck from taxes, but for either one you need to log your trips. You need to have a mileage log to show the IRS where did you drive to, for what purpose, and when. So we have that here. I'm not gonna make a trip in the future, but here we go. I could select the vehicle if I have added it. So that's the first step you do. You add your vehicle in here, right? Let's add a Ford F-150. You could put in a license plate to distinguish between multiple vehicles you have. Your initial odometer reading. Let's say that is a newer car. Here we go. And now after you have your vehicles in here, then you can actually log the trip. So by default, it selects it. It does the calculation here automatically I just put in the end odometer. That works the same with the voice as well. Wherever you went to, if you went to the post office, for example, drop mail, and it was a business category. That's it. We have personal, charity, medical here as well, and we lock that trip, and boom, it's here. You find it later in, guess where, the reports exactly. And here we have the vehicle mileage log, and you can download that as a PDF document as well as proof for the IRS. Once it's a PDF, it's hard to tamper with it. And there you go. Yeah, shipping. Some people still use old or outdated shipping software, or shipping software where you have to pay a lot of money for. I used a ship solution in the past for my business as well, and they kept increasing the prices. At the end, I paid $149 just to have access and good rates. I changed that with the shipping in here or the ship online orders here. What's the difference? For the shipping here, you can hook it up with your customers, what you have entered in your customers. So there you don't have an online order, or if you use any store system we have not connected with yet. We do support for the ship online orders. We support Shopify, and through Shopify, Amazon, Walmart, Target Plus. You can hook up on your own eBay as well. We do have an integration for Square, but we haven't fully tested it. So if you hook it up and see an error, just get in touch through the support page as well. But Square should be supported as well. And if there's any new one out there I'm not aware of or people are using, then let me know, then we can hook it up here. But in the ship online orders, what it does, it synchronizes automatically your orders of your eBay store, your Shopify store. Your orders pop in here. I need to change over to a different test farm here. Mr. Chick Farm, I think, has an order in here. Here we go. And then it supports functionalities such as one-click MPIP filing if you ship eggs or live birds. We have for the option for drop shipping. So if you're in a co-op or if you work with other farms, with other businesses, and they fulfill an order for you, then you could assign it here to a different farm. We have the option with the risk assessment that's community driven. So we have a lot of farms reporting their good eggs and their bad eggs. That means a bad egg, there was a chargeback, there was a address not deliverable and things like that. Then they can flag it as a bad egg. That comes into the risk assessment here, and you see it with that red little shield here. If it's a good address, there will be a green little shield, and if we don't know it, it's gray. But that's in here to protect you from scams out there. Scammers. I run my business now since over 6 years, and I came across a number of interesting individuals, let's say it this way. So those things are in there to protect you. If you use the online orders, you have a direct feedback loop in regards to hatch rates, which you can then display with a badge on your website and in the farm directory as well. The feedback here's just some test feedback. Customers can report their hatch rate, their rating, they can leave you some comments. They could also report any kind of breakage in the shipment. So it's all available in here. You can top up your balance for buying the shipping labels. That balance never expires. And yeah, works really easy. Now I just check out the live chat if there's any questions. There's none, but if you have questions when you watch the replay, pop them in the comments. I always read that stuff. Leave a like and a subscribe as well, since you are here anyway, right? I see most people who actually watch those videos don't subscribe. That's okay to me too, if you just want to watch it once off. I hope it helped you to find our cool software we developed now. Since a couple of months we started it. The development started in November in regards to the coding. The idea about the software is in my head since a couple of years. Finally took the time to make it because, for a simple reason, my accounting software subscription went up, my shipping software subscription went up. What else I had? yeah, a number of different subscriptions. It was just madness. And now with QuailOS, and you can see it here on the pricing, we have a little sample here. Oh yeah, for the email application I had to pay more. I never really had a good flock management software, so I did that in spreadsheets. That was not great. So all that added up, and I wanted to create this software since a long time to help farms and other businesses to do their accounting, to do their shipping, and that's what I came up with. So you can start for free. There's a ton of functionalities for free in there, and if you see value in it, then you can upgrade to the next level. As your farm grows, we grow with you, and I think by just mentioning that example early on, I paid $140 or $49 at the end for my shipping software in order to be able to do drop shipping, because my business, we ship from many different farms. So it added up, and now it's available for a much better rate. Speaking of free goodies, if you have a website already, you can do our free website check in here as well. So you pop in your website address and the email address where you send your newsletters from, and then you get a free audit on your website. Because you might ask a friend or family, oh, you know, I built this new website, what do you think? And everybody will tell you, oh, it looks awesome. But the truth is, you know, I always say pictures are for people and text is for the AI and for the computer. And this is what this tool is checking, right? It checks, do you have LLM text installed? Do you have a sitemap? Do you have, do you mention MPIP if you're a farm and deal with birds, right? So it checks a ton of different things your friends or family either even don't know about or wouldn't check on that. Is your website easily discovered by AI? Everybody is using now AI to search for stuff, for products, rather than using search engines. So you want to really make sure your website is up to the latest technology. So you can do a free check here. This is just for you. It's not shared with anybody. And if you need help with it, you have an option below to get help with your website. So that's new on our landing page as well. The TV, you already know because you might be watching this right now on QuailOS TV. But again, every show I like to mention, please, if you want to contribute to QuailOS TV, just put QuailOS, hashtag QuailOS in your YouTube video. We scan YouTube every night, and if we see it tagged and it is farm related, then it will be displayed in here. You can promote your farm, talk about any cool ideas or projects you do on your farm, teach something, whatever you like, as long as it's farm related, it will pop up here and it will help to promote your business then as well. So pop it in here, QuailOS, the tag in your YouTube video in the description or as a hashtag, and then it should pop up here. Farm Times, similar story, different format. Here we have a news archive and some news. If there's anything big happening in the industry, we put it up here big. Now we promote our event here, which is free. Cool as well, you're gonna see your local weather forecast in here when you're signed in. And we show here all the cool blog posts from the farms which are connected to QuailOS for the online shipping. Through that we scan their store and blog posts and show them here, and you can find very useful information here and just click on it, right, and get more information on it. Very useful, I believe. Straight from that farm or business. And there should be a link as well. Oh wow, this is a long blog post. I guess I selected the longest one I could find. Yeah, here is then the link back to the actual blog post, to the business that opens up in a new page, and then you can see it there, even nicer formatted and with the pictures bigger, and get answers to your questions, right? Gone Broody, great website by the way. So they contribute here a lot to the farm times. So yeah, well, before I forget about it, we implemented something new as well, the system status. Well, you know, I work in IT now since a long time. Let's say it that way. I was the first, one of the first people to get internet access in my hometown, and that was in the 90s, right? And I work in IT since the end of the 90s. And issues happen in IT, and they need to be tracked. So I had something internal, now I have it external too, a status page. You find it at status.QuailOS.com. It shows if we have any issues, it shows it here. If we have a bigger maintenance, we announce it here. If we had past incidents, we are not shy to talk about it and show it here. And you have an option here to get in touch as well. So we installed that earlier, well, last week, I believe we did, yeah. And now it will show the uptime of the platform. And if we are down, it will show that too. So if you want to bookmark it, if you're a heavy user, bookmark status.QuailOS.com. And you can always check if everything is running smoothly here on our end. And it usually does. But we have monitoring in place as more and more farms are using the platform. We want to make sure we get alerted if there's any issue on the internet with our website, with our web app, with the mobile functionality and all that good stuff. So that's new in here as well. So the feature page we have to update soon again as well. It gets longer and longer and longer, which is a good thing if you want to learn more about QuailOS, all the functionalities in there, how it helps you to conduct your business quicker, more efficient. Then check out the Academy. We have here a lot of different options. Over the summer we're gonna work more about it. We have here a little course about the navigation, how you can actually offer an online course here in our Academy as well, and either offer it for free or make money with it. We have a couple of them already, which are paid ones. We have a lot of free ones as well, where you can learn things. So we see more and more students signing up for the different courses. The courses are multimedia, so they are with videos, they are with presentations. They can be also in person, one-to-one courses with conference calls and things like that. So check it out in the Academy. You can register here as a tutor, as a teacher. You find that in the Academy page right here. And the latest news you always get in our release notes, which I'm gonna update again now soon with our beehive management for the apiary, for the beekeepers out there. So here you can read up on what is the newest feature or changes we did to the software is on our release notes there. So if you have given a suggestion in the past, you can check back in here and see when we actually developed it. Usually we're very quick about it and it works like a charm. Last but not least, we got a library here too. There's some free and some paid documents in there, videos in there. You find my book as well in there, From Coop to Commerce. The digital copy is in the library. If you want to have the printed copy, then head over to Amazon. That's what I'm gonna do now as well. I'm gonna head over to Amazon with my trusted chief tree tester, Hazel. She's a Labradoodle, 4 years old, and she's helping me to promote my farm's product. So if you want to watch that live stream as well, if you got time, then head over to amazon.com/Undique. So here in a couple of minutes, the new live stream starts where I talk customer facing about the products we have to offer, mainly Quail. And yeah, that's about that. So guys, don't forget about the event if you're interested. Have an awesome and accident free week. I hope the heat wave which is going across the country is not putting too much of a strain on your livestock and on you. So yeah, that's it for me. Next time I will be online on Monday next week. I think that's a holiday, so tune in. Until then, thanks for watching and see you next time.
QuailOS.com. Thank you for watching.